All right, welcome. We're about to dive into some ancient wisdom that's just as powerful today as it was thousands of years ago in Babylon, which was, believe it or not, the wealthiest city of the ancient world.
So let's start with a question that, let's be honest, has probably frustrated every single one of us at some point. It's a question first posed in our story by a guy named Bansir, a super skilled chariot builder in ancient Babylon.
So this was Bansir's whole problem. He was the best at what he did, building these amazing chariots, but after years and years of hard work, he had basically nothing to show for it. And he looked around and saw the same thing happening to his friends, all while living in a city that was literally overflowing with gold.
And this, right here, sets the stage for our whole story. The universal problem of the lean purse. It's that feeling we all know too well, right? The feeling of working your tail off, but just never, ever getting ahead financially.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. You've got two guys in the exact same city with totally opposite problems. On one side, you have Bansir, who's skilled but completely broke. And on the other, you have his old friend Arcad, who's famously, fabulously wealthy, the richest man in all of Babylon.
And this is the moment it all clicks for Bansir. He has this huge light bulb moment. He realizes, hey, I'm an expert at building chariots, but I know absolutely nothing about building wealth. He's been wishing for it, dreaming about it, but he's never actually tried to learn about it. So he decides to go get some wisdom from someone who's already figured it out.
And that someone, of course, is Arcad. Now, when his friends come to him for advice, Arcad basically tells them, look, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I wasn't just lucky. He explains that his incredible wealth came from just one thing, learning the simple laws that govern money.
I love this part. His whole journey, his entire fortune, it all started with one simple bargain. See, back when he was a young scribe, he agreed to work all night carving laws onto these clay tablets for a very rich moneylender. But instead of asking for more coins, he asked for something way more valuable. He asked for wisdom. He asked for the one secret that would change his life.
And that one bargain, it led him to the #1 most important cure for a lean purse he ever learned. This is the bedrock of everything else that follows, the absolute foundation of his wealth.
So, what was this amazing secret? Well, it all starts with this simple, almost silly-sounding fraction. The moneylender told him it's simple. For every 10 coins that go into your purse, you can only take 9 out to spend. That 10th coin, that one is yours to keep. And the genius of this is just how simple it is. I mean, think about it. We pay the landlord, we pay the grocer, we pay for our clothes, but when do we ever actually pay ourselves? Realizing that a part of everything you make is yours to keep forever, that's a huge mental shift. That's the real game changer.
So yeah, this idea is exactly what we call paying yourself first today. Before a single bill gets paid, before you buy anything, you take your portion, at least that 1/10, and you put it aside. That chunk of money you set aside, that's the seed. That's what you plant to grow your own tree of wealth.
But okay, just saving money isn't the whole story, right? A pile of gold just sitting there isn't going to do much. So Arcad taught a few other cures, and they all really come down to two main things: how you manage what you have and how you make it grow. So, this gets broken down into 3 super important steps. First, you got to get a handle on your spending and learn to live happily on the 9/10ths you have left. Then, you put that savings to work. You treat every single coin like it's a little worker out there earning more coins for you. And finally, and this one is huge, you have to protect your treasure from being lost.
Now, Arcad learned that last step the hard way. He made a classic rookie mistake. Early on, he took his entire first-year savings and gave it to a brickmaker who was traveling to a faraway land to buy rare jewels. The problem, of course, was that the guy was a brickmaker. He knew everything about bricks and absolutely nothing about jewels. He got totally duped, and Arcad's money was gone just like that. The lesson? Never take financial advice from a brickmaker.
And that's the whole point, right? You should only seek out advice from people who have proven they know what they're talking about. It's common sense when you think about it. You wouldn't ask a baker how to build a ship, so why on earth would you trust your hard-earned money to someone who doesn't know what they're doing?
Okay, so how do we take all these stories from ancient Babylon and actually use them today? Well, the path Arcad lays out is surprisingly simple, and it's just as powerful now as it was back then.
The book actually wraps all this up into what it calls the 5 laws of gold. And if you look at them, you'll see a pattern here, right? It's not about some complex, secret formula. It's all about discipline. Wealth flows to people who save consistently, make their money work for them, and protect what they have by listening to real experts.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that building wealth isn't some big secret that's only for a few lucky people. No, it's a system. It's a process built on really simple, repeatable habits, not on getting lucky or finding some get-rich-quick scheme.
You know, the story ends by telling us that Arcad's friends, the ones who actually listened to him and followed his advice, they went on to become wealthy and respected citizens too. So, as we wrap this up, the real question isn't, does this stuff work? We know it does. The real question is, what are we going to do with it?